This is 5-minute climate weather reports, where we bring you concise analysis of extreme weather events and their link to climate change. Flash floods, landslides, and the undeniable impact of climate change across Uttarakhand and Himachal. In today's episode, we uncover the story behind this devastation and its profound implications. Hi again, Kartiki. Let's start with you sharing something about what's behind the recent chaos in the Indian Himalayas due to the monsoon season.
Hi, Manjari. Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh have been in shambles ever since the beginning of monsoon season this year. Now, the flash flooding coupled with landslides has caused millions of rupees worth of damage and killed several people in the hilly terrain. Several rivers are in spate and have been running above the danger mark. Now, the gushing water is sweeping away bridges, homes, and cars, causing widespread devastation, pushing state's economy almost a decade behind.
So, what is causing these monsoon impacts?
You see, the monsoon trough, which actually guides the rainy season over north and central India, has shifted northwards, leading to favorable weather conditions for heavy rainfall over the Himalayas. Now, this is a very normal monsoon pattern. But here is the twist: climate change is in the mix too. It's like adding fuel to the fire, making these rainfall events even more intense.
You mentioned climate change. Can you explain how exactly does climate change connect with this monsoon chaos?
So, with our planet heating up, the atmosphere, land, and oceans are warming too, that too at an alarming rate. And as they warm, they can hold more moisture. Now, think of it as the atmosphere turning into a sponge, ready to squeeze out heavy rainfall when it meets the right conditions. Now, this will be better explained by Dr. Akshay Deoras, meteorologist and research scientist at National Center for Atmospheric Science and Department of Meteorology, University of Reading, United Kingdom. Let's take a moment to hear it in his words.
The question is, whatever happened in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand a few days ago, is that because of global warming? So we know that whatever happened there is because of what we call as break monsoon condition. So in a break monsoon condition or in a break monsoon situation, most of the monsoon rainfall activity gets focused over the Himalayan foothills and to an extent over Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. At the same time, other parts of the country, for example, central India, they witness dry weather conditions. And this break monsoon is not a new thing. It has been happening ever since we have the monsoon. And it does happen every year. Of course, the intensity of break monsoon keeps on varying, but it's not a new thing. Having said that, and again coming back to the point of global warming, so the science of global warming is clear. If we continue to emit more and more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, specifically CO2 or carbon dioxide, and that's what we are doing right now, so that is going to enhance the capacity of the air to hold more and more water vapor. And as the air holds more and more water vapor, and when favorable weather conditions appear, for example, in this case, the break monsoon pattern, then the air is going to release a lot more water vapor in the form of rainfall, which means that because of global warming, the probability of, let's say, an ordinary rainfall event intensifying into a heavy rainfall event or an extremely heavy rainfall event is going to go up. And that's the science of global warming. So, in summary, floods were caused by weather conditions, but individual extreme rainfall events, as what we witnessed in Rishikesh or maybe in Mandi in Himachal Pradesh, so they could be intensified or they could have been intensified because of global warming, but by how much, that would become clear when scientists perform attribution studies.
So, let's talk about humidity and temperature. How do they fit into this story?
We usually link climate change with increasing temperatures and often forget about humidity, whereas humidity is the prime factor behind the increasing likelihood of heavier rainfall and even more dangerous heat waves. They both work in tandem. As temperatures soar, the air's capacity to hold moisture expands. According to the experts, this heightened humidity, along with rising temperatures, forms the twin pillars of climate change.
Let's shift our focus back to the Himalayas and talk about what's happening there amidst these changes.
What happened just last week in August was primarily because of the weather conditions, but what happened in July was quite unusual. Climate change has been altering as well as weakening the monsoon systems. Like in this case, we saw more active western disturbances in July interacting with monsoon systems, which is not a usual case. And in warming condition, further worsened the case. At the end, we can only say that the Himalayas, often referred to as regions' water towers, are undergoing profound changes due to climate change. Glacier melt and erratic snowfall patterns are all occurring at an alarming rate. The effects are undeniable, with significant consequences for ecosystems, biodiversity, and human well being.
Thanks for summing that up so well, Kartiki, and special thanks to Dr. Akshay Deoras for his inputs. As these extreme weather events become more frequent, it's clear that urgent climate action is needed to protect our communities and ensure a safer future for everyone. Thanks for tuning into the 5-minute climate weather reports. See you next time.